Hello, welcome to McBoss Capital channel. My name is Michael Chu. Today is this video is based on recap for the week March 14, 2025. Yeah, we have another down week this week for the market. So a lot of stocks are still getting sold off quite heavily here. Market is still in correction. We can see here based on the stocks I follow, there is a lot of stocks being sold. Went from 800 to 900 on Thursday. This is the number of stocks being distributed, which means it drops on higher volume. On the accumulation side, you can see very little here. It did pick up on Friday, so that's some good news there. On the industry groups, very similar. We're seeing lots of groups being distributed, and it did improve slightly on Friday. On the sector side, between technology, retail, industrial, health, commodities, financial here, you can see pretty much everything is negative for the whole week. Again, it did improve by Friday. This is the net accumulation minus distribution number. So we have more in the commodities energy area that pop up, probably mostly in the gold stocks, precious metals area. In terms of my growth stock list, how many are in uptrend 51? So it did improve slightly on Friday. And then within 1% of the moving average is around in the teens here. And then downtrend, we're still having a lot of downtrend from 300 to 308 here. So yeah, still very high number here. So like, close to 80%, slightly below 80% now, but it's still pretty high. And then the number of stocks making new high, not very much, or only 8. So here's the weekly growth stock list that I follow. There's about 300 and roughly 375 stocks right now. Most of them have reported earnings, and these are stocks that have at least close to 10% minimum growth in earnings usually for each of the next 4 quarters. So this column here, you can see the sector, right? And here you can see the actual group. And this column tells us whether it is current on uptrend or downtrend based on the short-term 10 and 21-day moving average. Here's the highest date when it make a new high. So there's not many stocks making new high right now. If I go to just the highs here, there's some here. So BZ, TGTX, WPM, AGI, both gold stocks, biotech, internet here. TIGO is telecom, NFG is utility gas, FME is another gold stock, HESM is transport pipeline. So there's not many stocks making new high. This is based on January 10th, basically when the earnings season started to now, so over 2 months now. So these are the performance. So you can see the performance are pretty lacking because rank 80 only have 11% gain. So yeah, so this has been a tough market recently. So there's lots of stocks still in downtrend. I think we most likely will skip most of those today because they're still working on coming back up. Now some of them are starting to come back above their 10-day, but maybe still below their 21-day, so they might still have downtrend mark. But yeah, let's go through this quickly. So we have Baba and FUTU, both of them Chinese stock, number one, number three here. So let me just go to the chart right now. So Baba has a very strong move lately. They breaks out right here over a month ago. It climbed really strong for like at least a couple weeks there. Then it kind of does this very choppy move right here. Now lately it's been more stable. It's finding support at this level right there, and then on Friday it kind of followed through right here. I did take a position right there on Baba. So we'll see if this can cross like the highs here and maybe it can start to go again. So yeah, it's been sitting here for 3 weeks now. It's the 50 days catching up. So it could still get stuck here for another week or two. So just want to bring that up. FUTU, the chart look very similar. You can see it kind of came back up here from this cup handle base here, and then it pulls back at the top here as well. And again, it's in the 4th week of consolidation. So on Friday, I also took a position. So one thing I want to mention is most of them are crossing that 45-degree angle trend line, which is it's much higher chance of success because it's now more in the second half, and also the time has passed. So So it's more higher probability of success. But anyhow, it could always come back down still. So yeah, it can be more choppy for another 2 weeks or so. It's in the fourth week of consolidation, so maybe one or two more weeks of consolidation could happen. Next, we have another Chinese stock BZ, and then we have TGTX in the biotech. So this one is Kazun from again China, making mobile app. I don't really know what they do in China, but that has to do with mobile app. So here's the breakout right here, also a cup of handle, and then this one has been looking pretty good since it broke out. This is the first pullback right there on the red day. Every day has been pretty much up day, and so I bought right here, and I also took another position here. I think I have full position now. So it is moving up pretty fast though. So it's already 15% up above here. This is a $20 less, around 20, less than $20 stock. So obviously it can move 10-20% very easily. So you gotta be aware that it could pull back anytime to the 10-day. So it can be volatile. TGTX, this biotech here. Again, I don't know too much detail about the company itself, like what they do. It does mention here they deal with some B cell disease here. Um, this one came out on really good earnings, and you can see how it come up and then it pulled back so slightly and found support at the 10-day right there. And then here it found support again. I don't even think it touches it. And so I took a position on Friday as well. Basically it's a second time now it basically bounced off the highs here, like near the highs here. So it's a very powerful move on Friday, 10%. So this is again, these are stocks in the top 10 in terms of performance since January 10th. So we want to pay attention. This could be leaders going forward. Next we have Rocket. So Rocket Mortgages here. It was a very nice bounce from the bottom, and it's very smooth too, like except this one day here. And then it kind of started to slant upward here, but then we got chopped up right here as soon as it hit the 200 day. It fell on, it rejected like the day after. I'm not sure if there was some news. Yeah, I think there was some news where they're buying some other company, right? I can't remember which company now, but anyhow, then it bounced back so far. It has bounced back so far. Um, I haven't got back in. I got shakeout right here, unfortunately. But so looking at the bounce here, this is just trying to figure out where the 10 days right here. So here's the first day of bounce. Here's the second day. So here's the third day of bounce. Now we're coming back to this 200-day line again, which is around $15. So we'll see if it surpasses this time without any hesitation. It could work this time. So yeah, but it could be a little bit extended now, even if it does pass 15. So that's a risk management thing. You have to figure out whether you want to take that risk or not, because it could be extended from the 10-day by the time it crosses above this line again. But more likely it will work the second time if it does cross it. But yeah, just something to be aware of. Next on the list is gold stock, Goldfield here. It did pull back on Friday. That's the one thing I don't like about the action on Friday, because most gold stocks actually went up. This one actually went down. So I'll highlight it just because it's on the list here, but I'm a little bit surprised it went down on Friday. Next we have OKTA and Palantir. So this has been a very strong performance since the earnings. It bounced 2 days really strong, and then it tries to break out from the previous high, and then it pulls back. And so far the pullback has held near the 10-day. So Friday it did bounce off it, so that's a really good sign, and you see volume pick up. So I'm very interested in this chart. We'll see. Palantir make a new low on Monday. Since that time, it has bounced really nicely here. Let me put back my markups here. So I did take a position on Tuesday, on Wednesday, and I believe I add to it on Friday. Now this is still a little bit premature. Why? Because we did come above the 10-day right here. So we did come above it, but we see the red line now can be a resistance, and also the pink line, which is coming down, can also be a resistance. So right there we have a cross lines there, and so if we can come through here, that would be very bullish, because then we'll cross all the short-term moving averages here, and also the 50-day. And I would say for a stock like Palantir, which is a high beta stock, has dropped the least, right, out of all the out like it has dropped 35%, I think, to the bottom, but comparison to like app and other high beta stocks, they dropped 50% or more. So this one has dropped less than those guys. So it looks slightly better, because it's more closer to 50-day rather than 200-day. Next stock we have is another gold stock within precious metals. This one continued to climb. This is on many weeks up now, many weeks, 9 weeks or so. And volume is really high as well. You can see all the volume right here. So this one also trading pretty good. I got shaken out here, unfortunately. My stop was a little bit too tight. And then um, on Thursday, it kind of bounced off and make new high. Friday, continue that. Um, I decide to enter again. We'll see. It might be extended again. We'll see. Yeah. So again, gold stocks are continue to make new high as gold price also make new high. Next we have AGI and PLMR. So this one AGI, another gold stock. Again, I got shakeout right here recently, and then it bounced 1, 2, 3, fourth day now. A little bit extended for me, so I don't think I'll chase this one. So PLMR insurance, this one came off a base and then came out that, and then it pulls back right away. Then it kind of, moves sideways for a little bit, and then it tries to go out a little bit, runs out, power pulls back again. Then the next day, it did a really get up reversal there, and then it fall back again. So it's been really choppy, this stock. And then now it start to move again, and then it fall back on Thursday again, and then Friday it bounce again. So it's been very choppy, this stock. Yeah, so it's very hard to trade this one so far. And if you look back history, it seems to be doing that a lot. So this one will be hard to trade, that's all I'm saying. Next we have MDGL, a biotech, and AU, another gold stock. So this is a biotech stock, Madrigal Pharmaceutical. Like, it looks really, really choppy. So I probably won't be trading this, but it did come out on Friday. And the trend line looks like this right now. So it looks pretty good from that perspective. But like I said, this stock is very choppy. Next we have Anglo Gold, another gold stock. This one has a nice run up here. I was able to trade that. Then it started to fall right here, and then since it has bounced, it did have this one day that also shook me out right here. I haven't got back in since. It looks pretty good though. Friday again, I'm not sure why it's down when most of the gold stocks are up. So relative strength it has dropped. So that's one negative there. Next we have TIGO from telecom service, and we have Spotify. So TIGO is starting to look like a very strong momentum chart right now. We have this nice breakout right here on this line. It fell the first time right there. It reversed on that breakout, but then it fell back really hard on earnings, and then since that time it has bounced back really strong. And so I was able to get in here on this breakout right here. And on Friday, you see how the pullback on Thursday, very tight action on the price. And then it never touches the 10-day or come close to it, and then on Friday it bounced, and it's very powerful here. So Spotify here also had a nice run last time. Didn't it come up about the 27% the top here. Then it come down pretty hard, and then now we have bouncing back. Now most stocks in the I consider this also a high growth stock here, high beta stock. Um, most stocks are still trying to catch up to their 10-day or their 21-day. But because this stock didn't drop that much, so it's already past the 10-day, and now it also crossed the 21-day on Friday. So that's a very bullish action right now. So relative strength, you can see it just shooting up really fast. It's very close to already coming back to the previous high right here. So I really like this stock. And yeah, so I'm at full position right now, but like I said, I could always make this more overweight. So we'll see how it continue on this run here, but it looks very promising. Next we have another Chinese stock, AT&T. AT&T is a leisure hotel chain in China. Hey, this one built double base here, and then it went up, but it fell right away. And the market started to become really choppy here. And it never moved. Like, I tried a few times here, it didn't work. So right now it did cross a 45 degrees downslope line, which is means it has given enough time, and also look at how decisive it crossed that line on Friday. So I re-entered this position. So we'll see if it worked this time. This will be the third time I'm trying. Next we have Credo, Internet Network Solutions, YMM, Internet Content, and App Computer Software Enterprise. So again, Credo is one of the high beta stocks, corrected quite a bit. On Tuesday, it didn't make a new low, and then Wednesday it kind of fall through, came back to the 10-day, very close to it. Then Thursday we have a bad day and it fell back. But look at Friday, it just came back and just make a newer high and also cross the 10-day. So very bullish action. So I did add to it on Friday, so I'll mark that down. I put it down. Next we have Full Truck Alliance, another Chinese provider of software platform logistics infrastructure. When you look at all the Chinese stocks, most of them has already started to move. And this one, it broke out, but it just didn't have power and fell pretty hard to the 50-day. Then it bounced again and make a new high, but then it pulls back again. And so far, the bounce has been mediocre. It hasn't really shown much power. And then on Friday, when all these other stocks like FUTU, ATAT, like all bouncing pretty hard. This one, very very restricted in terms of the bounce. So I don't like the movement, but nonetheless, this is a $12 stock. Obviously any movement can be significant, right? So but I just don't like the action on Friday. Who knows? It might fall through on Monday. I don't know. We'll see. But it's just the it is tight trading though, like meaning but I just would have like to see more power on Friday, but it didn't show that. So next we have another leader from previous run here. App right here has a huge bounce from earnings, but after that it kind of basically trapped a lot of people if you bought it during that high there, and then you would be down quite a bit. I think this stock went more than 50% down. So on Monday we have the new low, and Tuesday we bounced, but we didn't see a new low, so I took an initial entry. The reason why I took an entry in some of these growth stocks was like a lot of them are just been correcting so hard, and they were way above below their 10-day. So I was more like looking for a quick trade here. But if things continue to improve in the general market for the growth stocks, I would then continue to hold them and even add position, especially as it comes back now. So what happens here? We see that it bounced for 2 days, and then on Thursday, surprisingly, it didn't drop much on a down day, and then volume has been subsided. And on Friday, look at the power; it just gaps up and close at the 10-day. So pretty significant move because it basically closed at the highs here of the week, and now we're back at the 10-day. And 21 days not that far away, and 50 days coming down. So there's still lots of challenges here. So in between this level to this level, probably higher risk now, depending on what it does. So it can easily come back down and continue the downtrend. So we just have to be aware that this could happen to any growth stock in the next coming week. So yeah, manage your risk well and see how that goes. Next here we have HCI in the insurance, NFG in the utility gas, and FNV in the gold. So this is another insurance stock. The insurance definitely are more defensive. Like it can be defensive, and it has been. And so a lot of them didn't go down recently, and even some of them move up. But this one, I don't know. I find it quite mute, like not doing too much. There is good positive here. I can see the volume really low on the selling part. And then on Friday, the only thing I don't like this is that, when you see higher volume comes in, especially after a day of like very low volume selling, you want to see the price movement move, but the price didn't move on Friday. So that's a negative. So to me, that's not a sign to buy, even though it was up day, right? But I need to see relative strength actually going higher, not lower, right? This utility gas distribution could be considered probably defensive right now. It did make a big move on Friday. I tried trading this 2 times. It didn't work. It was like I got chopped here. But then Friday it finally moved. Volume is a little bit lower, but it is a significant price move. So we'll see. This is not a high flyer. It's like I said, more defensive. So I mean, other than this one was a pretty quick run here. So unless we get a run like that, it's possible because we had this tight consolidation here, even though it's very short. We look at the weekly chart, it probably looks pretty good. Yeah, here you go. See, it looks like just one bar down, and then looks like this week we have bounced back and make new high. So earnings are really strong on this one. FNV Franco Nevada, this one make really strong finish this week. Probably the strongest gold stock right now. It's not the biggest one, but it is moving, like, you can see the 10-day starting to curve up. So this is starting to accelerate in terms of price movement. The volume signature is really, really strong. So it has all the qualities of a strong momentum trade right now. Unfortunately, I hesitant to buy into this stock early on, and I never trade this one, but it's clearly showing very strong momentum. Next, we have ASND in the biotech and QFIN in the financial service and our Chinese stock. And then we have Reddit. So this is Ascendis Pharma. This one has a huge long base. It came out of earnings right here, then it started to go sideways. Unfortunately, it broke basically the 10-day and came down back all the way to the red line here, which is 50-day. And then since then, we have been bouncing back. It's been really strong momentum since then. Volume is a little bit mediocre, so that would be could be a problem. But it looks like it's moving right now. So yeah. So if it does cross back above this high, which is very close to 158, it looks like after hours it went up too. So I'm not sure what happened. But anyhow, yeah, if this start to break out, it might be better to wait for this breakout here. Even though it's extended a little bit, we'll see. QFIN, another Chinese stock. Again, we're seeing same breakout right now. This is another 45-degree trend line that has broken, and it decisively moved above that. This is really good news for this stock, and yeah, I would try to make an entry point maybe soon. I missed it on Friday. Yeah. Reddit, another star that was climbing up really strong and then falling pretty hard all the way to 200-day. We found support right here. I did enter into here, and it followed through on Wednesday, and then Thursday it fell really, really hard. But the only good thing was the volume subsided quite a bit. And then on Friday, the bounce a little bit weak to me. It didn't make a higher close because it didn't close above Wednesday. So that is a negative. So we'll see. It could start to lose momentum since this day and 10 days coming down. We'll see. Yeah. So next we have FNF Insurance. I'm not going to go through all the stocks on chart. LB Oil and Gas. Not many oil and gas. This is one of them. SMTC. This one is a semiconductor that broke up from trend line really hard on Friday due to earnings. So here's the trend line here. It broke it very decisively because due to earnings, it moved up 21% that day. I did enter into this again semiconductor stock. It has fallen really hard though. So we'll see if it can climb back. It could reverse on Monday, I don't know. But I like the volume signature, so that's one thing. We'll see how this goes. We have CENX in the metal prop fabrication. We have Micron in the computer data storage. We have another gold stock rank gold here. We have Halo in the biotech doing pretty well. GE is trying to come back on that. And then we have CISO down here, financial service, IDR, gold again, EIX in our utility, CSGP commercial service, CLS, electrical contract manufacturing. So this one is also trying to come back up. We have NU in the banks foreign, SCCO in the mining ores. We have NVIDIA, which we talked about in the main video. Please go watch that if you want to look at the analysis for it. SIGI, insurance. We have AR in the oil and gas. So we're seeing some oil and gas popping up again. We have HESM again, oil and gas transport pipeline. So there's a little bit of movement in the oil gas area. Netflix, we did talk about in the main video. GXO, transportation logistics, and then we have AM, oil and gas integrated. Yeah. We have also GGAL, DRS, MOD also trying to come back up. Trade Web, TW, FG Insurance Life. We have Dash, Avago, trying to move as well. Yeah, SBRA, ADMA, SCHW. Some of these are still in downtrend, as you can see, because they haven't passed the 10 or 21 days together. EQT, oil and gas integrated. So another oil and gas. So surprisingly, some of them are moving. FNS, medical. ESI, chemical specialty. And you can see some of these are probably more less performance because they're more down on the list now. But they could come back up. So we'll see here. So yeah, a lot of downtrend stocks as you can see. So yeah. So yeah. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoy. Please like and subscribe. And if you have time in the morning, yeah, feel free to join my live stream. Thank you very much. Have a nice weekend and a good trading week.